Who knows somebody who's not as intelligent as you, but has more bloody money than you? It really pisses you off, doesn't it? Because maybe they just take action more specifically. So I got kind of curious about how this could be. And so maybe you're like me. And maybe, like me, you can remember being around 3 or 4 years old and walking your way home from school, maybe balancing on a wall, happily focusing on what you want, and you get about halfway across, and for the very first time, somebody significant in your life kind of sees you on the wall. Right, like mum or dad, right? But of course, as soon as they see you, they start using really encouraging, empowering words to help you with your task at hand, don't they? No? What do they say? Don't fall! So my mum would say to me, oh, Andy, don't fall. So as soon as the information, don't fall, comes immediately into Andy Harrington, what picture do you think Andy Harrington makes in his mind in this moment? What picture? Specifically me falling. Now, what emotion do you think immediately follows the picture I've now just made in my head? Which one? Sorry? Look what you just said. Fear. So halfway through the task, my most available resource, my emotion, is fear. So am I more or less likely to walk successfully the wall with fear in me? Which one? Less, a lot less. And to compound the problem, I've now got a map in my head of what I don't want. That's my most current dominant thought. Now, you and I know that mum and dad did that because they loved you, because they were operating from the mistaken belief, that's the key thing, they were operating from the mistaken belief that said, if I continually point out those things I will lead to pain, that you'll learn how to avoid them. And I'm here to tell you that in the key clutch moments of life, that is not how your mind works. Your mind works in the completely opposite way to that. Let me give you an example. I'm now 13 years old. I'm putting the football down to take a penalty for the school district football team. Okay, whatever you do, Andy, don't hit it over the bar. Whatever you do, son, don't hit it over the bar. What's the only target I'm giving myself? Over the bar. Now, in soccer, you need to go in the net. Under the bar, right? So where enough do you think the ball's going to go? Because my mind doesn't know not this. All it's getting is this, where I don't want it to go. And every muscle, every proprioceptive muscle, every single part of me focuses on putting it where I do not want it to go. Does that make sense? So what I'm trying to say to you is you can't not something. You can't not think about the thing you're thinking about without thinking about it. Think about that. You can't not think about the thing you're thinking about without thinking about it. Look, try it for a minute. Whatever you do, don't do what I'm going to ask you to do, okay? Just don't do it, okay? Don't think about your mum now. Okay? Raise your hand if you just thought about your mum in some way, a fleeting picture in your mind of something. Please, I told you not to do it. See, here's the thing. You just thought about your mum. And instantly, whatever association you have to your mum may have changed your state instantaneously. Just by one internal image that you created in your mind. Does that make sense, everybody? Yes or no? Yes. Don't think about your Prime Minister now. You see, you and I don't actually respond to the world outside. It seems like you do, but I'm here to tell you and prove to you that you don't. You actually respond to the internal world you create inside. If I say spider, someone who's phobic goes, or something similar. Does that make sense? It's different for every person who's phobic, but when they run the phobia, they run a very scary image. Someone who's afraid of flying, they think of flying. What happens? They think about dying in an aeroplane. When the turbulence comes, you think, oh, I'm going to crash. As you think of that image in your mind, you'll go in a certain direction. Does that make sense? As you think about doing this stuff up here, as you think about this stuff on the internet, stuff you spoke about in the morning, you either went to a certain place or you didn't. That's the difference between Tom Moore, Brett McFall, and somebody who doesn't do it. The difference is the associations of what you associate in your mind something means. And that you have ultimate control over. Do you think successful people can control external events any better than you? Yes or no, guys? But they don't seek to. They utilize events rather than be used by them.